And that's when like that final click in my brain went off that holy cow, we can do a lot more. And all we have to do is pick up the phone.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
So
Yes.
why there is no more impact investors like you, Jesse, around United States? Why? I also can tell you the proof in this podcast, right? We 500 million is in property, and we have few impact investors coming here for property. You're not the first one. There are not that many. I think top 5 or 6 max out of 100 property millionaires. So why if we can make a lot of money doing good at the same time, we don't have that many impact investors around in property?
I think so there's two things I'll answer here. So why don't more people do it? I think it's a lot of work, right? It's there are
Mm,
um
and risk. Nobody want to have tenants that they are can have social problems, right?
right, yeah, but also like there's
They are
so here,
human beings also,
yes, absolutely.
and
And
it's
here's my
very
problem.
lucrative also.
Yeah, yeah,
The government pay the rent, right? Is that correct?
yeah.
Who better client than the government?
Yeah, the government will pay the rent for it. Yeah, no, there's that, but then like, so in order to get attached to all these different organizations that will pay for a resident's rent, you got to reach out to them. You got to set up a relationship with them. So, for example, my property in Fort Worth, I have 180 units up there, apartment complex, and I have 50 nonprofits, 50 charities that will work with our residents,
Wow,
right?
that's amazing.
I went out and found them because nonprofits, those charities, they don't really broadcast what they're doing because they're raising money too. And they don't want to tell everybody else what they're doing. So you got to reach out and create those relationships. Then you can get attached. And then now they'll have, a case manager working with the resident to help them find a job, get them off the streets, to help
Exactly. If you do
with
a
daycare.
360 approach, right?
Yeah.
Um, that
Those
that
rapid out
in
service. Yeah.
situations, yeah, because you can bring a charity that help them to find job. If they have a job and then they have use in society, they don't go and drink alcohol, they don't do drugs,
Mhm.
they don't have the need to steal anything or to because those segments of the population, you need to see why they had the problem on the first place. And sometimes they get depressed, they don't have a job, they have nothing to do, they start to drink and they start to do kind of crazy thing. So
Absolutely.
the
Here's the thing, it pays,
Mhm.
right? The biggest expense in owning a property is the turnover. We'll have people moving out, right? And that's like 40 to 60%,
Absolutely.
right? That's 40 to 50% of the population of your property moves out every year on average. Ours is way lower because we've got this crazy idea, Harry. If you take care of your people, they take care of you,
Absolutely.
right? So
I
they want to
don't
be there. They all stay long.
100%.
So it's
100%. I don't.
so we actually outperform most people just because we care and because we
Absolutely. You bring the
extra work.
charities there. You bring the charities
Yep.
there to help them out. Charity that help them out to look after the kids. Charity that might have to give a little bit extra work. Charity that show them some
After school
skills to
programs.
work after school programs. All that, the community, they will never move out. And you know what? If they don't move out and the government is paying the rent,
Yep.
you are in literally la la land. And
Not bad.
even better, they can make their look. I remember in London when I started my landing services, I'm speaking with the tenants, the same thing, retention. So
Yep.
if I have a
Attention.
room empty, it's a lot of money. So every time that they're checking out, I'm asking them, look, why you leaving? I said, no, Harry, look, the English school is too expensive.
Yeah.
And I've been there 6 months, 8 months. I'm paying the rent. My parents are paying the rent plus the English school. It's too much.
Yeah.
We cannot afford it. I said, look, this is the reason why you're leaving, that the English school is expensive. So this is what we're gonna do. So I'm probably the only person in the world that own an English school without speaking English. Yeah. I opened an English school for them and said, look, I don't speak English, but definitely can hire a British teachers, blue eyes. blonde, blue eyes, my British teacher. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Premium English teachers. Yeah, I
Yeah.
hired in London, and we have a little. I took the office. The office has 2 rooms. I got the office. I said, okay, we don't need these 2 rooms. One half of the office, the tiny room, is gonna be where we sign the contracts, do the paperwork for the tenants, and the other big room, I bought chairs, tables, a
Yeah.
board, and that's it. The school was open, and the slogan was English lesson, £40 a week, which is actually appealing. It's very cheap. So we put the sign
Yeah.
outside the office like these people we see in the bus. Guess what happened? You want to know what happened? What happened was that the tenants are staying longer because now they don't have to pay a fortune for an English school. It was also convenient for them because it's close to the houses, because I have the office close to the houses. And on top of that, guess what happened? The people on the bus that they were coming because the price was cheap to learn
Yeah.
English, they say, "Oh, I want to learn English here because it's cheap." And guess what happened? My managers, they were there, said, "By the way, do you need a room?" Yeah, of course. I just arrived last week. Come on. So
Yeah.
it was the best marketing strategy, and it was about thinking about this, Jesse, about the 360. After we open a career advice,
Right.
after what you know, what's the problem? No, now I learn English, but now if I have a job, I will stay longer. Really? If you have a job, you will stay longer. So we put a career advice services. They in 24 hours we find the job as a waiter, of course, but they will the whole thing. But in that process, Jesse, you actually bring in a lot of value and helping them out
Absolutely.
with that 360 approach. And I think that
And now
what
they're more loyal to you, right? And now they want to be there because now they see you appreciating them and they see you supporting them. So that now they're going to tell their friends, their family about you. And I just think it's the law of reciprocation, right? Like the more you do for other people, the more that comes back for yourself.
100%. 100%. So, in terms of social responsibility, where these vibe came to you, right? Like, you see, entrepreneurship and social responsibility not always come together. We have a lot of debate in this podcast, right? Because we see
Yeah.
companies out there that the only thing they do is put the plastic in the plastic bin, and
Mhm.
they put it everywhere. You see, like, oh, we are recycling, we are amazing, we are social responsible, right? And social
Yeah.
responsibility comes a little bit more that looking after your plastic. It includes hiring minorities,
Mhm.
contribute to a local charity in your community, be socially responsible, right? Look after the planet, look after the minorities, hiring women, for example, in the workplace,
Mhm.
funding for women, a lot of issues that we have that includes the 360 degrees of social and conscious entrepreneur. So where this inspiration come to you that, like, don't get me wrong, you can make a lot of money doing a lot of things in property, and you don't need
Right.
to you don't need to be an impact investor. So why do you choose this path? What's the
Yeah.
story?
No, so it's I wish I was more altruistic and felt this way in the beginning, but
Where this
honestly,
philanthropic vibe came to you?
so when I first started getting into commercial real estate, I'll be honest, I just wanted like financial stability. I just wanted freedom, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then, like, as we started buying properties, we cleaned it up, right? Because we bought properties that had issues. We kick out the bad people, take care of the good people. I started seeing, like, oh my gosh, we can have a bigger impact on more than just owning a property, right? There's plenty of money to be made that way, but nothing wrong with that. But I started seeing that, holy cow, now kids are outside playing when they didn't feel comfortable going
Mm-hmm.
outside, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then COVID happened, and we had a lot of government dollars that was out there for people for free rent and all that stuff. And it really wasn't until one of our residents got sick, and she unfortunately stage 4 lung cancer, death notice, right? She has 4 months to live.
Wow.
So she was an amazing resident. She's she's the she's the type of person that would come in her room, big smile, light up the whole room. In our office in our apartment complex, she'd come in and steal our coffee all the time. I remember that about her. Because yeah, right. Yeah, like if I did that, I'd get yelled at. But she was just that personality, or she'd walk right in and pour herself a cup of coffee, you know. Well, one day, like I saw that she was on the eviction notice. I was like, oh no, we can't, not marry. We can't, what's going on? And that's when we found out that she wasn't comfortable telling everybody else that she had stage 4 lung cancer and
Wow.
that medicine, chemo is poison, right? So she had a good
Mm-hmm.
job,
Mm-hmm.
but she was so sick from the chemo, she couldn't go to her job, so she lost her job.
Oh, wow.
Again, this is COVID, so I was like, okay, there's plenty of free money out there. We'll go find government dollars,
Mm-hmm.
so she can, at least have a place to stay. And we discovered that they wouldn't pay for it because she had a good job and she quit or she lost her job. Um, and that's when like, holy cow, I need to do more. And that's when I discovered the 50 nonprofits in Fort Worth, is because I started picking up the phone and I just said, I need to get her covered, right? I need to get her food on her table. I need to get her legal support. I need to pay for her rent, like whatever else. And I was able to do it over time, but it took me, I don't know, 20 hours of just calling and calling and calling and finding this nonprofit and this charity and this charity. And then finally found one that, yeah, paid her rent. Great, right? But also literally put food on her table,
Mm-hmm.
literally flew her family down to say goodbye. Legal support, so wills, all that stuff. And that's when like that final click in my brain went off that holy cow, we can do a lot more. And all we have to do is pick up the phone. All we have to do is
Mm-hmm.
create those connections
Mm-hmm.
with the right groups and organizations.
Mm-hmm.
So when the next Mary pops up or the next situation, like we can actually provide support for our residents, our people.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.